Hey everybody, Sid here, back again with another video from Ransyd Gaming. I'm really excited about today's video. A lot of work went into this one. I've been talking about my desire to build a playset in pretty much all of my videos. It's really my main focus with this game. I'm not a huge collector. I mean, I'm happy to see hyperspaces and foils and hyperfoils, but really what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to play any deck that becomes popular or meta or that I'm inspired to create on my own. I don't want to be limited by gaps in my card pool. And so a play set is the way to be sure that you can play any deck that you want. So I want to talk a little bit now that I have some product and that I've opened some product. I want to start this journey looking at how much product I've opened, what I've got, what I still need, and how I plan to go about fulfilling that goal of getting a playset here. I'm also going to show a little bit about how I organize my cards, how I track my playset. It's probably not like anybody else's because I think everyone has their own idiosyncrasies when it comes to like tracking things and data and storage especially. But I wanted to share how I do it, and hopefully you'll stick with me as we go on this journey to build a playset for Star Wars Unlimited. Hey everyone, so I wanted to show you how I've been organizing my Spark of Rebellion cards separate from the binder where I keep all of my uncommons, rares, and legendaries as I try and build my playset. So this is a pretty nice little 3-row box. It's got some nice felt here. Keep the silica in there, you know, gotta stay dry. Here's basically all of my commons. There are some uncommons in here. If I have a full playset of commons in my binder, then the extras go here in set order. And I think after I open a couple more boxes, we'll probably have a complete common and uncommon set here, while still maintaining a set of uncommons in the binder. So you can see we start with Krennic. He's set number 1 in the set, going all the way back to, I think, Restock. Restock is the last. Yeah, Restock is the last card in the set. So they're in numbered order. I know some people like to go different organizational strategies. I love that Star Wars U pretty much follows a consistent color order for the set. It's leaders, it's bases, it's then villainy, hero, and then just single color in order from blue, green, red, yellow. So I like that I can put it in set order and it's going to be in a predictable color order as well. Over here, I just got a bunch of common bases, and I've got some variants here. These are a bunch of foils. These are hyperspace, and these are hyperfoils. These are all common cards. If I had a variant card of a higher level than a common, it's going to be in my binder with that playset. And I think as I find more variants of the uncommon, rare, and legendary type, they'll go kind of replace the regular cards in that binder. I've said it before, I'm not a huge collector. I don't need to have all hyperspace or all hyperfoil, but I still like pretty cards. So when I get one of those cool variants, it goes into my binder. So I think when Spark of Rebellion is done, my hope is to have kind of one of these boxes for each set. We'll probably end up pulling out the extra cards and put them in another storage solution. Maybe we can even get 2 sets in here when we're moving on. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm pretty open to finalize a storage solution. But for right now, for Spark of Rebellion, I really like having this case. It's fantastic. So let me show you my binder where the juicier things are. I'm going to reach over here into the ether and pull it over. All right, so here's a binder. I just grabbed this on Amazon. It's not very good. I mean, a couple weeks of use and already, like, it's fraying a little there. I might need to, like, sew that up. I don't know. I just zipped it closed instead of zipping it open. So you can see my binder here right away. Let me center that so it's a little easier to see the contents. We've got the leaders. So I was super psyched to get every single leader out of my kind of first round of product opening. They are in set order here. No showcases, but that's okay. We don't need showcases yet. Open it up so it's a little more clear there. I know you can't see it all the way to the border, but you're gonna get a sense of how I organize just by looking at this. I did get all the rare bases with a few extras. And then starting with Inferno 4, everything else in the binder is in set order: uncommons, rares, and legendaries. All my commons, I got almost a complete playset of commons just from opening one box. Well, a box and change because of the limited events from pre-release weekend and this weekend. So it seems silly to put commons in here only because a playset is kind of a given if you're buying boxes. So you can see we've got some variants. There's a foil, there's a hyperspace, and as I get more, like if I get another hyperspace Inferno 4, I'll probably replace this regular one with it as I go. But it doesn't change the fact that we got our playset. I'm very low budget. You can see I have no Gideon Hasks. I still don't have a third Lieutenant Chilson. Got a couple of Avengers here, but as I go through it, it's in set order. It always goes villainy, then heroic, then just single color, and it always goes in the set order. It's blue, green, red, yellow. So you can see kind of how I organize it. It makes it really easy at a glance to see what I need. 2 hyper foil protectors. Not really the card I was hoping to get all hyper foils in, but there it is. We've got a lot of playsets of rares. We've got almost every single uncommon in a playset. We've got 2 ofs of some legendaries, 1 ofs of some other big ones that I'm hoping to find more Vaders, like everybody. Right? You're looking for those 3 Vaders. So this is it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It means I can see at a glance what I have. I do put extras in here if I have them, because I don't want to put any rares in the box right now. You can see red 3 at the bottom. I've got 2 regular red 3s, a foil, and then an additional foil behind this one. So I have 2 foil red 3s and 2 regular red 3s. So if someone wants to trade with me, yeah, there's a regular red 3 up for trade here, because I need to trade that for another rare that I need. Got a couple of Mace Windows up there, including a Hyperspace Legendary I was really excited to get. So yeah, this is it. It's pretty straightforward. Shows me what I still need. And it's kind of low budget to put in just a little piece of paper, but at a glance, I know what goes in that slot. I still can't believe that I got 1 Cartel Spacer in almost 3 boxes worth of product. I cannot believe that. So I have 4 bombing runs right up here, which is a rare, and 1 Cartel Spacer, which is an uncommon. That's definitely my outlier chase card. Cartel Spacer. Who knew it was so hard to find? That takes us all the way to the back. We'll jump here through yellow. And here on this last page, these are just my hyperspace bases that as I grab those, I kind of stack them in here. I have every single one except for Dagobah. I have not gotten a Dagobah hyperspace yet, which feels kind of crazy. I have multiple copies of most of the others. So there's my binder. That's how I keep track of my uncommons, rares, and legendaries. So now let me show you where I put that data in my super disorganized sheet. All right, so here is our check-in on our playset progress. It's hard to tell, right, from just that big box and the binder exactly like what's left, what kind of variants we have. This was posted quite a while ago on the Star Wars Unlimited Discord. It needs probably some updating. I don't know if I'm going to use it forever, but I started with it, and so far it's working fine for my purposes. I just do a lot of editing on the dock. So the reason I like this checklist is because it's just 2 pages. I can flick back and forth, and there's the whole set at a glance. First half of the card base set, and there's the second half. It's in set order, of course. There is one little mistake you can see down here in the bottom left. Let me switch to a little hand. You can see right here in the bottom left, it mistakenly put the Vigilant Honor Guard as a uncommon card and Kanan as a common card. So I just circled that to indicate you switch them. I have kind of demarked the different sections of the set. So the first 30 cards are all of the leaders. and all of the bases. So as you can see, I've got this little check mark right here next to every single name. That is because we've got all of the leaders and we've got all of the bases, including the rare bases. And you can see different variants checked off here. OP variant is kind of for those Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader that we got at the pre-release. It's a kind of a catch-all category for things that don't fall into standard hyperspace foil and hyperfoil. So going into these little demarked areas, kind of like I showed you in my binder and in the box, I like things to be separated by set number. But within those set numbers, there's like color demarcation. So this first little chunk right here between the blue lines are all of the villain blue cards. And then you have heroic blue. And then down at the bottom, plus these at the top on the right column are the single aspect color blue cards, the single vigilant aspect colors. And then we've got green villain, green hero, and then single green here in the bottom right. So the way I indicate whether or not I have a playset of something that is 3 playable copies is I just put a little check mark next to the name. And I know it's kind of small on the screen here, but when I'm on my computer, going through the box that I opened or the stack of cards, I can pretty quickly, once I put them in order, I can pretty quickly go through them in order and check off which type they were, and then put that check mark. Once I have at least a playset, I'm not checking anything off unless it's a variant. Like I'm not going to indicate, 5 standard, 6 standard, 7 standard. That's just not going to happen. They just go into the binder or they go into the box. And the check mark lets me know mission accomplished. We have a playset. So I can see at a glance here what I still need to find. If I don't have like my binder with me, if I don't have my box ready, I've got this on my cloud so I can bring it up on my phone if I needed to. If I was talking to someone and they said, hey, what do you have for trade or what do you need? I could quickly bring this up. And I keep it updated whenever I get new cards so I can tell, where in my collection journey I am, which is pretty far along. I have to say, we have found quite a few cards here. We've opened 2 boxes and then an additional 23 packs between a draft event, 2 pre-releases, and some prize packs that came from those 3 events. So nearly 3 boxes worth of product, just 1 pack shy of 3 boxes. We've got a complete common playset. We've got nearly a complete uncommon playset, though again, I cannot for the life of me figure out how we only found 1 cartel spacer in nearly 3 boxes worth of product. That's gotta be an outlier, but I'm sure as we open more product, we're gonna find more. So this is my organizational strategy. I know it's not going to work for everybody. It probably looks like a big mess to some people, but for me, it makes sense. One of the biggest things is I don't want to scroll forever. I like just adding quick little X's and check marks. I like the way it's demarked by color, and I love that it's just 2 pages. That's a big thing for me. I don't want to scroll forever trying to find something. It's just 2 quick pages. I can see what I have. I can see what I need. I can see if I have like 3 standard versions of something, and then I say, oh, okay, well, I have a hyperspace. I'd be absolutely willing to trade you that hyperspace if it gets me another standard X somewhere else, or it gets me a check mark for a playset on some other card. So it kind of tells me what I have, what I need, and what I have to offer in trade. So I really like the system, even if it's not the cleanest. Maybe it will work for the second set on getting a cleaner version, but this is what I use. So now I want to look a little bit just at a recap of what I've opened, what I've got out of what I've opened, and how we're going to go forward in achieving this playset, or at least how we plan to. Got to stay flexible. Okay, so here's a little summary of everything I've opened to date. That's 2 sealed boxes and 23 extra packs from events, including a draft. And I was able to get, of course, a few extra rares because of that draft. Just because once I kind of had my deck built, some extra rares were coming to me and I drafted them. So we got a little bit above the average in terms of rare rate. We managed to get way above the average in legendaries. I don't know if that's going to hold. I expect it's not. I've seen a lot of horror stories about 1 or 2 legendaries in a box, and I've seen some success stories about up to like 7. We're not quite at that average, but we're pretty close in terms of what we've opened so far. This top bullet, I wanted to point out that in one box. So one box plus the pack. So just 24 packs plus another 23. So 47 total packs. Before I opened my second box, I still did not have a playset of commons. That's probably an outlier. It was just a single card. It was the Carillion Freighter. I found two of them in 47 packs, which should not happen. It should not happen. Two boxes, I would say, should get you a playset of commons and get you close to a playset, or at least on your way to completing a playset in uncommons. Now that I'm up to about 3 boxes, right? 2 boxes plus the extra 23 packs. I have found all leaders. I found all rare bases. I've got a complete set of commons. Got that freighter in the next box. Got like 5 more freighters in the next box. But even with kind of about 3 boxes worth of product, I am still missing 5 total uncommon cars. 1 Chilton, 1 Vanguard Ace, those 2 Cartel Spacers, and 1 Ruthless Raider. So 5 uncommons I'm still looking to grab after opening about 3 boxes worth of product. So I would say if you're looking to get a playlist of commons and uncommons, you probably want to get like 3 boxes. Obviously, I've got more than a playlist in a lot of commons, almost 2 playlists in a lot of the commons. But I think based on what you get out of, say, 3 boxes, you're going to get all those legendaries. You're going to get a ton of rares. It's probably worth it if you're trying to build a playlist at the most economic rate to do about 3 boxes. Like if I was doing this over, I would probably just buy 3 boxes. That would give me my commons. It would give me pretty much all my uncommons. I could buy individually 5 missing uncommons. That's certainly going to be cheaper than getting another box and hoping that I finish off my uncommons, because I'm doing it at the cost of adding way too many commons to my collection. I got 12 legendaries, which is a really good rate for almost 3 boxes. I only got 3 per box though in the actual boxes. That's not where my luck has been. Those have been straight average. I got 3 in both boxes I opened, but I got 4 from 2 pre-release events, which was amazing. And then I got 2 more from a single draft event. So that's where my luck has really been in playing limited formats. So I just got to go out to the store and play a lot more limited formats. And I think I'll continue to get legendaries. I do have 13 cards at 0 copies. Most of those are legendaries and a couple of them are rare. That stands to reason though. I think that's about what you expect. If you're only going to buy 3 boxes of product, you're going to have a lot of legendaries that you have 0 copies of. I still haven't found a Luke. And you're going to have a lot of rares that you don't have a complete set of. I do have a lot of complete set of rares, even some extra rares, but most of my rare slots are not complete yet. So I need to find quite a few rares. I need to find a lot of legendaries. So this is kind of that bubble area where it's like, okay, I've completed my commons. I'm really close to completing my uncommons. Do I continue to buy boxes at $100? I think a little less now, right? You can find them online, say $90. Say $90 is about the cheapest I've seen them going. My store was selling them for about $104 during opening, or during pre-release. I'm sorry, not during pre-release, during opening weekend. But you can find them online a little cheaper. So say I were to buy another box at $90, I don't know that I'm getting a lot of value out of that, right? If I only get 3 more legendaries, I haven't really gained much ground in that legendary space. I would get quite a few rares, and that's why I'm considering maybe doing 1 more box and seeing where it gets me in that rarity pool, because that pool, I can get a lot of rarities in a box. You're often finding multiple packs where you get multiple rare cards. So I would say around 28 to 30 rares are average in a box. And at 28 to 30 rares, that will probably be worth it to get another box. Just looking at some of the prices online, I know we have a lot of cheap cards, a lot of cheap legendaries, which kind of shocks me. But I think if I can get 28 to 30 rares and have most of them fit into spaces that I need to fill, it's probably worth it for 1 more box We don't have a showcase yet. I'd like to get one showcase before Spark of Rebellion is done. We're going to get some more legendaries. So I think one more box is probably the goal, and then we'll reassess. I have, as I'm speaking here, 3 boxes under my desk in a cardboard box, all sealed. But I'm honestly debating whether or not it's a smart move to open the other 2. I think we're going to open one more and see what happens. The other 2 I'd be happy to save for limited and sealed events and drafts for the future. I'm planning on playing this game for a long time, and I think saving some sealed product is always a good idea if you love limited play, which I do. Ultimately, I think opening a additional boxes after one more might not be worth it. It may be better economically just to order the missing cards. Prices are dropping rapidly online. I hope that stays that way, and we can all build play sets at very little investment once the market kind of stabilizes. I'm not sure exactly how these TCG markets work. I have not bought singles in a long time, but and never online. When I was buying singles back in Decipher days, it was just at the store. But it seems like the week between pre-release and launch, prices were through the roof because of scarcity, and that at launch we had this huge influx of cards because a lot of stores had opened their boxes in that week between pre-release and launch, and so that on launch day those singles were ready. But I'm seeing 30, 40, 50 quantities of a card, of legendary cards. So it's driving those prices down to like $5 a legendary, sometimes less. And if that holds, fantastic. Everyone's going to be able to build a complete collection for not a massive investment. If they don't, maybe the demand starts building as people are filling out their collections. I think right now most people are buying some boxes, seeing what they get, and making a checklist and figuring out what legendaries they still need to purchase. So it may be that those quantities, those inventories online start to become a little depleted, and maybe prices raise a little bit. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe those prices will go up some. But in the meantime, I would say if you're done opening boxes and you know which legendaries you want to get, now it's a great time to go online and grab them because prices are reasonable. At least in my mind, they're reasonable. If they go even lower, even better. All right, everybody. So that's kind of the beginning of our collection journey, our journey for a playset. I think we're close. I think the next video will be that kind of 4th box. We're 3 boxes minus 1 pack. So I think maybe we'll open a 4th box. And then we'll open up another box and just grab 1 pack from it so it can be a true 4 boxes, right? Maybe we'll have to do that. Hopefully that 1 pack will be the showcase. But it would be nice to see exactly where we're at a 4 box product amount. I expected to open about 5 to 6 boxes, but I think maybe we can stop early and focus on filling those spaces. When we're done, we'll have a master accounting of everything. We'll see how much it costs for me to get a playset. I'm sure for some, they'll find more economic ways to do it, but I'm kind of just feeling my way through it, finding deals, finding good trades, and hopefully getting our playset done before constructed really kicks in, because I want to be able to build anything I want. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.